And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
Pathological lying. It's not considered a mental disorder. Instead, it's observed as a behavioral disturbance that's present inside of other disorders like antisocial personality disorder and some brain disorders like Korsakoff syndrome, which is brain damage from alcohol. Pathological lying used to be called pseudologia fantastica. I like saying that. And it referred to people who told multiple outrageous lies that would border on the fantastic. And those were more than just simple lies. These would include elaborate details that seem questionably believable. And when you challenge the person on the details, they tell even more lies to make the story work. The motive behind the lying wasn't always clear, and sometimes it was just to impress people. Some people start to believe their lies and have trouble even knowing what the truth is. Believe it or not, for some people, it can become like ordinary talk, and they don't even see themselves as spinning a lot of lies. They just see it as talking, like storytelling. And what's wrong with storytelling?
Did you have a grudge against Cardi originally, or did that kind of emerge over time through you doing the content?
No, I just didn't like her over time. You know, there was a lot of shit happening behind the scenes.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, she claimed she was blood, I think a hat or some shit. You ever heard of a hat? Yeah, like this, I don't know what the fuck blood. I'm not into the game like.
This is going to be very interesting. Keep listening, like y'all. On the ones and twos, this is DJ Torch coming straight at you at the Empowerment Network. We're about to get down. We're about to do what we do. Early morning. Here we go.
Lifestyle, but it was weird being a commentator and her gang member friends would reach out to me to do for me to do stories on the shit that they went through, like especially during when she had ordered that hit on them bartenders against Offset, right? And the girls that was with her called me to say, I want to tell my side. I'm like,
you know what's funny is like, I mean, you've just been sued for $4 million, right? And they won, right? So when do you get the gist? That surprise is in the house. When do you get the gist that maybe you should just stop? This is the funny thing I find about our community. For some reason, there's just a subset of people who just don't learn. They just don't learn. They don't know how. The word caution doesn't work. Let's just put it that way. The word caution doesn't work for them. They just got to keep, breaking laws and think they're not breaking laws, or breaking laws, know they're breaking laws, but they don't know how to chill. They don't know there's a no chill zone. Let's put it that way. Let me keep going.
Are you sure you're a gang member? Does Cardi know you're talking to me?
Right.
And they would figure it out. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but it's too late. They already told me everything, But no, I mean, Cardi, okay. I talk about Cardi the same way I talk about anybody. You see my content. I do not hold back for anybody, but for some reason, like, she took it very personal. And I get it. I mean, Offset moves,
A little sloppy.
Yes.
At times over the years. Yeah. Not saying currently, but.
Nah. Like, I just had one the other day. It was a white girl. He had, she claimed they had been messing around even before Cardi's, She had pictures of the house and the car and said she had slept on the baby's bed, And
that's
she had
the funny thing. It's funny how a lot of people, they want to still be respected, but they do not move respectably. And as much as I'm not a fan of Cardi B, Tasha K had her chance. She had her chance to not be $4 million in debt. And to me, if she keeps going like this, she'll be more than that. But let's keep it going.
his phone number with text messages and shit like that, know? And but he's just always been very, very sloppy. And so for me, now I remember I was getting a sex tape from him. He had somebody bouncing on his dick. Like, I was just like, this nigga just don't care.
Right.
But it's content. I'm a broadcaster, so I'm gonna put it out there. You're one of the hottest hip hop artists out there now. And your husband out here moving real reckless. It was just natural, the same way I do everybody.
See, the thing is notice how she's not really focusing on the core issue that Cardi B had with her. The issue that Cardi B had with her was the bald-faced lies about her health. I'm not going to bring it out, but the STDs and all that other stuff, that wasn't true. It was that wasn't true. Cardi B had a problem with. She knows about her husband is not a husband. Okay, Cardi B knows that. But when you start saying stuff that's not anywhere near being true about somebody, and it might makes other people feel a certain way about you, if what this lie is making other people feel either threatened or worried or don't like you no more or whatever, that's when the word defamation comes out.
But she didn't like an interview that I did with a former stripper friend of hers who said a lot of things that she did and they did together, right? And she had made some allegations, but social media had already been making them allegations, you know.
So the thing is that I'm kind of finding No Jumper and Tasha K to be disingenuous in this conversation because they're really not going over why Tasha got actually sued. They're going over just stuff that may be true and just doesn't make her simply does not make Cardi B look good. Now, to me, I'm okay with it because if it's true and it's confirmed and she has photos of of Offset, doing the same thing that Future did, which is just be basically promiscuous men and somehow still be seen as respectable in the Black community. That's a big problem that I think Black men need to cancel, is the fact that you have these males out here running around, moving like 304s, but you have a problem with women. That's what you need to think about. Anyway, let me play a little bit more in this, and then I'm going to move forward with the misogyny portion of this live stream.
Her sexual health and all that shit, you know? And that interview did 5 million views because she responded.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, and then it kept doing views because she kept responding, because, you know, it was a lot of shit that was going viral at the time. And so she, you know, real rudely asked me to take it down. I'm like, take what down? Take the interview down. That shit ain't true. I'm like,
that's the weird thing. See, this is the pathology right here of pathological liars. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Tasha K has some truth in what she states, but for the most part, when the rubber hits the road and the importance of honesty or accuracy is needed, she dropped the ball.
Like, you want to address it? No, I don't want to address it. Then she goes live to address it. But I'm running my story.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I did just that. And I said, if you want it down, but you adjust.
Remember, you're looking at a woman who's technically broke. She might be able to move some money around and be given, but she's technically broke because of her behavior. So let me turn the music down a little bit. When will people learn? I mean, she will never learn. I guarantee you by the end of her YouTube career, whenever that's going to be, she will be in more trouble with either the same person or someone else. It's just the way she's built. We love the tea. We love that sometimes it seems like she's, defending Black women, but there's a part of her which she doesn't have. There's a logical piece that she's lost. She had multiple opportunities. Yeah, exactly, Kim. She's messy. She had multiple opportunities to not have to worry about being $4 million in the hole. And she, for whatever the reason, she did not take those opportunities. For whatever the reason, she didn't want to take the logical way out. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so today I want to talk about why Jeannie Mai fighting for her marriage to Jeezy is the worst thing she could possibly do. For those of you who don't know, young Jeezy filed for a divorce from Jeannie Mai, but I actually...
All right, the LW Academy in the house. Let's go with it. Do your thing, Angelina.
think Jeezy is the toxic. And I'm not going to go too much into detail about that here because I did a whole video.
Yeah, that's the whole thing I missed. I mean, the thing that is weird about this whole situation is this. You see the guys, I mean, really a rap artist's history, if the average rap artist is, most of them do not have the what should I say, best history. Even Tupac, somebody who I loved, I looked at his history and I was like, damn, it's just a messy genre. Jeezy's no different. Somehow everybody went in on Jenny. And why? I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, she left plenty to go in on, right? but Jeezy seems to be reveled in shit. And it's like, really, do you guys want to really defend this dude?
That called Young Jeezy Files for a Divorce, but could Jeezy be the toxic? So after this video, check it out. I'll put the link in the description box. This video is more of a follow-up to that one, since it's recently been reported that Jeannie Mai is now wanting to fight for her marriage. And coming from the perspective of him being the toxic, this is the absolute worst thing that she could do. And here's why. Firstly, he files for a divorce without warning, without discussion, without anything as far as we know. And this action in itself automatically makes any reason for him filing completely irrelevant. How do you go and do something that big and so publicly without even having a discussion with that person about the fact that you want a divorce? This man can never be trusted again. And what this means, but Jeannie Mai actually hasn't realized yet, is that if she does by any chance get him back, she's going to be walking on eggshells for the rest of that marriage, because she now doesn't know what's going to trigger him and how he might respond as a result. And in an attempt to avoid all of that, we typically move to walking on eggshells. So she would essentially be returning to an imbalance in the power dynamic that's going to cause her to jump when he says jump, regardless of how she personally feels about it. And this is why toxic and abusive people will abruptly leave the situation, abruptly break up with you, so that they can create this kind of imbalance in your relationship and gain that level of control without having to appear authoritarian in any way, because you're now actively trying to do everything to please them without them having to demand it, because you're now acting out of fear, not love, not concern, but fear. Now that I've made that clear, let's talk about one of the irrelevant reasons that he gave for filing for this divorce, and the worst advice I've heard on this topic. Apparently, one of the reasons he gave for filing for a divorce was that there was too much family involved, too much going on in the home with her mother and her brother living there, which in any healthy dynamic would have been a discussion, not a divorce. But anyway, here's what this content...
Okay, wait a minute. Let me stop it right there for 1 second. I want to find out. So he says there's too much going on in the house, and that's why he, how much is young... much is Jeezy worth? Okay, it's not, Jeezy's not worth a whole lot. He's only, in terms of superstars or whatever, right? He's worth 10 million. That's enough, but unless he wastes his money, and let me tell you, $10 million is not that hard to lose. But let's say he's good with his money, he could easily have just gotten another house for them. But I will say this. Well, let me keep it going. Let me keep it going. Oops. Let me bring that back up. Okay. Let's keep this going.
Creator said about it and Jeannie Mai wanting to fight for the marriage. Now, before I play this clip, I want to make it clear that I'm not playing this clip to drag this content creator. I actually have a lot of respect for her and her work. I'm playing this clip because this is the kind of harmful, misguided advice you will get time and time again from well-meaning people who have no understanding of toxic and abusive dynamics. And to show why, in this context, getting advice from people in loving, healthy marriages is a really bad idea. Check it out.
And I would fight for my marriage back. Jeannie, maybe that's something you gotta do. Maybe you gotta clean house. Maybe you have to clean house and get everybody out of your house and get off social media. If that's what it's going to take, fight for your marriage. Don't just be like, okay, A, B, and C. No. You call him and say, Jeezy, you know what? Wait a minute. Tell your lawyers to leave the room. Can everybody just leave the room for a minute? I just want to talk to Jeezy. Jeezy, I just want to talk to you. Strip everything off and say, Jeezy, listen. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. Give me a chance. Let's try. let's stop this and let's try. Give it 6 months. Let's try. No shame in that. No shame in that. Sometimes you can turn things around.
So basically, give up your family and walk voluntarily into isolation and get off social media, which basically means sink in your own career and your finances, because that's how she makes her money, right? In order to stay in a marriage with a guy who doesn't even have enough respect for her to tell her that he wants a divorce before he does it, and also publicly humiliates her. What do you think is going to happen to her once she voluntarily isolates herself and sinks her entire career to be with this guy? Also, why are you encouraging her to fight for a marriage when the other party is not only not fighting for it, but actively fighting against it? A marriage takes two. And okay, sometimes the other person falls back and you may have to work harder to keep the balance for a spell. There are ebbs and flows to everything, I get it. But actively fighting against it and humiliating you in the process? Oh no, that's got to be a firm no. Ladies, don't ever fight for any relationship, marriage or otherwise, under those conditions. And this is why, contrary to belief, you cannot get advice about your toxic situation from someone who has been in a healthy and happy relationship for 15 years, like this woman has. Because they not only don't understand the subtle pitfalls of a toxic and abusive dynamic, but they're also going to give their advice from the healthy perspective of the partner that you're married to, making some mistakes, but being essentially safe. And anybody who's ever been in a toxic and abusive dynamic knows that they are anything but safe. So that advice that they're giving is going to keep you in an unsafe situation or have you fighting for an unsafe situation much, much longer than you ever needed to be. So that's what I wanted to share about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out to anyone you feel could really benefit from this message. And also subscribe and hit that bell for more. And until the next time, live boldly, live empowered, live from the inside out. Bye for now.
For Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. On Thursday, Godfrey.
Charming. We don't know that they're going to.
Yeah, and those references to Plato and Adam and Eve are absolutely right, because once again, the problem of misogyny cannot be solved by looking at it as a cultural issue or something you can legislate against, although there urgently needs to be legislation to stop men being misogynistic and conducting the hate crimes that they do. But it is a psychological problem, Chrissy, and it is a mental health issue. And once again, because the pharmaceutical industry don't have a drug that can cure us of misogyny, it doesn't appear anywhere in psychiatric manuals, but it is a disorder because it is a state of mind, specifically in the male brain, that feels a need to terrorize women, to humiliate women, because actually, when you strip away all the machismo of the male persona, when you strip away all this bravado and posturing that men do, they are very scared brains inside the male skull.
The one thing I've noticed inside of a lot of misogynists' minds myself is how they try to make their misogyny and their abuse an isolated incident. Okay, and what I mean is this. You'll hear phrases such as, oh, I was only talking about her. oh, it's only talking about that group of women. Oh, it's that if you notice, that's what they do. But if you were to look at their pattern or history, which they hope you don't have, that you haven't seen, it's always been about misogyny. And the problem with misogyny, it's very rare that there's not a abuse or a following of abuse with it. That usually misogynists, there's usually a level of abuse, because misogyny in a way is abuse. So it's funny that a lot of these people in these YouTube streets, they try to excuse themselves from being misogynists, when if you were to look at their history or look at a string of videos, it's quite clear that they are. Let's keep it moving.
And this is something that needs to be understood without trying to shame men, by the way. This is not an occasion to simply attack men. What we need to do is try and ask ourselves, where is the problem of misogyny located? And it is clearly not in the law. It is clearly not in culture. It is somewhere in the human brain. This need from men to attack women in this way, which indicates that actually the fundamental root of this is men are terrified by women.
So that surprise breaks it down like this. It's part of how they continue their manipulation to further abuse you. Exactly that.
They are emasculated, are they, by women? That's what we do to them.
It isn't what women do to men. It is something more fundamental than accuracy. So around 15 years ago, I went to...
That's a good point right there. That's a really good point. The point is that, you know, in the red pill system, they want to say, oh, yeah, this woman emasculated me, blah, 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 blah. Well, how did a woman emasculate you? When really, in reality, men emasculate themselves. Because if we're supposed to be this stronger species, right? Which can be argued, by the way. How did somebody manipulate? Because that's what you're saying. If somebody emasculated a man and the man is accusing someone, obviously he thinks he's been manipulated to be emasculated. So if you're emasculated, I assume what you're saying is that you're becoming more of a feminine man. When really, in reality, what's happening is your male femininity is just coming out. That's what it is, in my opinion.
A seminar up in London at a Lacanian centre, and somebody called Jean-Jacques Bernstein from Paris came over, and he was talking about Lacan's idea from Freud that men think of themselves through their genitals, okay, which is the penis and the phallus. And so men actually think like that. And Bernstein made this incredible comment, and he said, that's why men are dickheads. Okay, now I took that away as something way more profound than men being dickheads. What it told me was that women can give birth to children. Men will never do that. Women have a relationship with the earth and with cooking in their stereotypes. Men rarely do. Men don't have a fundamental relationship with life. They have short, shriveled phalluses for most of the time. They can't experience sexual pleasure like women can. They are inferior. They can't give birth to a child. They don't know what giving birth to life means. Men, psychologically and biologically, do not have a relationship with life. That's why they are terrified of women. It's not about emasculation. It's about the fundamental biological, psychological makeup of men. They are terrified. They are inferior species.
The thing is...
Let me stop that right there. So that's just kind of a preface to what we are going to be getting into today. We will be going over a specific misogynist today, but however, there are plenty out there in the world and in YouTube that fit the same patterns, fit the same structure. But right now, let me kick out some shout outs in the house. Jen J is in the house. That's the Fraz is in the house. Bridget is in the house. Fem from the chat is in the house. Kim Lee Moon is in the house. And I would like to thank Kim Lee Moon for some of the content you will be seeing very soon. Phoenix Rising is in the house. And of course, yours truly, DJ Torch, is in the house. A lot of men think that misogyny is a myth. If you feel you have experienced misogyny, please put a 1 in the chat. And while you do that, I'm going to dial up the next one. Here we go.
For Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. On Thursday, Godfrey appears to be at the center of an ongoing debate regarding a woman named Rhoda Osmond, who would go viral after sharing that she was struck in the face with a brick by a man for rejecting him. Instantly, thousands would react to the video and express their concern, but as reports continued, many would begin to question the woman, also known as Ro Bashi's, credibility. Some would find a series of previous skits and commentary from Ro that for them would remove their initial first thoughts and defense. Following the surface footage, many would join in, including veteran comedian Godfrey, who would share his initial reaction to the reports on his podcast, and Godfrey We Trust.
It looks like the side of her face, it looks like Martin when he fought Hitman.
His comments for some would be seen as misogynistic and contradicted his previous support of Black women. Fellow comedian personality Francesca.
See, I guess what? Okay, let me play that over again. Let me play that over again. Here we go.
His comments for some would be seen as misogynistic and contradicted his previous support of Black women. Fellow comedian personality Francesca Ramsey would call out Godfrey for accusing Bashi of lying and sharing how he would react if he was directly involved.
Would have side kicked you in the back. She would have been crying with a hump on her.
I know that ain't Godfrey. Mr. Black women are disrespected, Godfrey. That there's no way. Wait a second.
Speak for yourself. Black women are disrespected. Black women are not lying when they are talking about this kind of shit. You understand? They're not crying wolf. Listen, Black women are the most educated in America. The most educated, the most shit on, and then they get disrespected as far as Hollywood.
I'm confused, Godfrey. I am confusion. You are more than happy to accept cookies for that basic ass take that Black women are disrespected and that we're not lying about it. And then you get on the internet with your ginormous platform to accuse this Black woman of lying and then also say that you would happily assault her? I'm so fucking tired of watching people use protect Black women, listen to Black women in order to get put on. But then when a Black woman actually needs protection and support, you add on the pylon because you know it's going to get you fucking clicks and views. Oh, was hit in the face with a brick by a man after she declined to give him her phone number and a bunch of dudes stood around and did nothing. Now here comes Mr. Godfrey. Black women are being disrespected. Black women have no reason to lie, adding to the pylon. And now she can't even access the funds from the GoFundMe where people willingly donated in order to help her. No one was stolen from. People wanted to give her money to help her. She's not able to access it because people reported the GoFundMe even after she showed the police report and the hospital records after she was assaulted.
On Wednesday, Godfrey would take to his TikTok live stream and began to go off on women and users who were
So
upset.
basically, Godfrey is exactly what Kimberly Moon is saying. He is fake as hell. Basically, what he was doing was he was building his platform off the backs of black women by lying. Well, not really. He wasn't lying. He was just being a lie. He was just expressing a certain level of BS. That's the definition of pandering. Pandering is when you really don't believe what you're saying. And Godfrey did exactly like that. He is not the only one. There are plenty of men like that in the world and on platforms. So basically what it is that when the rubber hits the road, okay, and there is a time when a man has a disagreement with a black woman, usually their amount of misogyny and exposing themselves for being panders comes out in anger. As you can see, he didn't even have to be angry at anybody for his misogyny to come out. It just came out. So at the very least, be entertained if you want with him by his comedy. I heard he's okay with it. He's an okay comedian, blah, blah, but don't think he's, a social justice warrior or anything like that, because he's not. He used that just to simply get clicks, views, and money. So it's not just Rhoda he's speaking about. You have to understand this is just who he is.
With his previous comments.
Not you doubling down. Oh, hella Fitzgerald. You see, another person with an average face talking smack on my thing. Stop. Hella Fitzgerald, you hella big. You need to keep it moving, yo.
See? Went to another woman and started insulting her. Remember when I told you that misogynists and narcissists and whatever, they will often use the excuse, well, I was just talking about this target, or I was just talking about that target. But then what happens is they start to establish a string of targets and a pattern in those targets. So all of a sudden, it goes from making an excuse that, well, it's just because, of this woman said this, or this woman said, oh yeah, and that's a friend of the other woman, so I don't like her either. But then they start bringing up people that aren't even in it. It's just a pattern of misogyny. It's a pattern of toxic behavior. So Godfrey is giving us a very good lesson today, but this is just not about Godfrey, and it's just not about Roe. So let's keep it on the roll. Here we go.
Keep it moving. Yeah, your name is Hella Fitzgerald. You should have called you Hella Big Fitzgerald. Why are you talking on here?
So now he just to confirm, he's not talking about Roe now. He's talking about another target. Okay. And he just basically fat shamed her. Okay. I don't know how many people he has on his subscribership. I guarantee you, she's not the only big woman on there. And if you guys see this and you're subscribed to him, you may want to reconsider. Let's keep it going.
Nobody's doubling down. You're just angry. You're just angry women that hate men. That's all.
Angry women. No, that hate men. That sounds very red pill to me.
Because I don't believe somebody. I believe somebody is a fraud. You're mad at me?
No, it's not that you don't believe somebody's a fraud. Notice how he moves things around. It's not that he believes that Roe is a fraud or not. That's not really, it's the words you used and the way you described her and dehumanize her. You have a right to have a disagreement. However, The way you use your words, the way you dehumanized her, the way you used sexual content in your content is what went down, bro. See, they will always skim off pathological liars, misogynists, narcissists, toxic individuals will always skim off the hard parts that the people were originally accusing them of. This right here, I don't know, but this is career threatening information he is telling us. He is threatening his own career by saying this crap. Welcome, Creative Solutions.
Because you black, I'm supposed to believe you? That's crazy.
Wow, now he's even getting, Yep, here he goes.
You can oh wow all you want.
Yeah. And look right here. There's a mammy here defend. Sis, calm down. What? He's spewing misogyny, and black women are supposed to just sit there. Kim Lee Moon says this. He called her a B and C. Exactly. Several times. And said he would kick her in the right and would basically assault her. That's not about her scamming. No, it's about his pathology. If you want to accept this type of behavior when it's not pointed at you, that's okay. But just know that these types of individuals will sooner or later, if you disagree with them, will come after you. Let's keep it going.
If she's average, what are you? Better looking than you, miss. I'm handsome. I'm a handsome guy. I sure am.
I wouldn't call him handsome. He's average, really. But the thing is that any doctor, if they saw this, any psychologist would look at this and they could clearly tell you his pathology. I cannot specifically tell you his specific pathology, but I can give you a pretty good idea. He is a misogynist.
Doesn't matter. I don't have to be liked by all of you. But Foofy, you should never, ever, ever come on live. I'm looking at your photo right now.
Notice how he's basically berating and threatening people. They're not dissing him. They're just questioning him. They're like, wow, why did you say that? What's going on here? Wow. Let me go.
Go fix yourself.
The following day, Ramsey would catch wind of Godfrey's response and would fire off several messages at Godfrey. She would go on the right, so Godfrey has heard our critiques of his podcast episode where he attacked Roe with misogynistic insults and threats to kick her in the back. His response, more misogyny. Because of course, the women calling him out must be average looking, jobless, and single. Followed by another video response.
Godfrey, this might come as a surprise to you, but misogyny is a really bad defense when you're being accused of being a misogynist. The women critiquing me don't have jobs. They don't have men. They're average looking. They don't go to the gym. None of those things are relevant to the fact that you have continuously used your platform to push misogyny against a woman who was attacked and then also gleefully talked about wanting to attack her. At 54 years old, I would hope that you would have a better response to valid critique than, I don't want to anyway. Guess what, Godfrey? I'm not trying to. So look, we have something in common. We're not trying to bone. Now what? When you lack a valid response to criticism, calling folks trolls and or taking shots at their looks.
It's amazing that he's 54 years old behaving like that. But No, it's not amazing. Actually, that was a lie. It's not amazing. This is not shocking anymore. Maturity seems to have little to do with age. It has more to do with whether you're a stable individual or not.
It's an easy way out.
Since then, Godfrey has yet to directly respond to Ramsey, and according to her, he has blocked her on Instagram. He would, however, further discuss the backlash he would get for his original comments on the newest episode of his podcast.
But we don't hit women. We don't do that. Never. We won't do that. If I see a woman being abused, I'll try my best. But a lot of times when you stop that, they'll be like,
this is called backtracking.
My man alone. Yeah. You know, some people don't want to die.
I was like returning a lot of like fire back at a lot of people. Like a lot of people. I was like, one girl said, she had glasses. I said, can't you see? I could see your true color. I said, how? You four-eyed fool. How? You got
this is his true being. He's an evil dude. He's a very evil man.
Glasses. How can you see through? Shut the fuck up. It's like, it's these.
The thing is this. Nah, let me just keep it going.
Man.
As far as Rhoda, she has responded to the claims that she was using the incident to scam people. Back September 18th, she would address a series of accusations. I didn't receive $1 from this GoFundMe y'all are so obsessed about, but didn't even donate to. The irony is all of these content creators have made money off of my pain for the past 2 weeks. They are profiting from continuing lies.
That is absolutely true. I mean, when you put it in that perspective, with everybody who's made money off of her getting a lot of clicks, a lot of views, why shouldn't, I mean, she should be able, I mean, if she should be out, she's going to need she's going to need therapy. That's for sure, right? She's going to need medical attention. That's for sure, right? That's for sure. That's a fact. So, but notice how they went in on her.
While I have not received a dime, I have never profited a dime in my life from a GoFundMe. But I have donated not just my money, but my blood, sweat, tears, edges, and my life's work to creating a better world for all of us. I was in debt the last time I was attacked in 2020, and I will be in severe debt after this attack. Y'all so obsessed about money I did not receive, while y'all are directly making money lying about me and spreading fake narratives. Y'all may not have hit me over the head, but y'all are just as violent in my opinion. Now, according to a recent article on NBC News, there is currently an ongoing major assault investigation with the Houston Police Department. The article will also confirm.
They were talking. See, one of the things that they were saying is that Rhoda didn't have a police report. Where's the police report? Well, there's a police report. I'm sorry, but I'm going to take NBC News over some bloke talking crap. I just am. Some joke talking crap. I mean, let me keep it going before I get
records and police reports do exist in connection to the attack.
So there is a police report. There's a medical report. Yet people, even after these vultures, these culture vultures and these vultures on YouTube knew that, they still were saying that she was lying.
It appears that this story has triggered both men and women. For some Black women, the lack of unwavering support when needed the most, and for some Black men, the frustration of always being outed as the bad guy.
If you're the bad guy, you're the bad guy.
In conclusion, both should recognize this pattern and understand they are neither each other's enemies, but more so, they are each other's solutions. Let's talk about more in the comments below. What are your thoughts to Godfrey's response to the
I think Godfrey's Godfrey's response is predictably misogynistic. It's predictably narcissistic. You can tell he's got a disorder, in my opinion. You know, I can tell he's got issues. I really think I mean, I think he's a piece of crap. Let's go to another video. Let's go to Paris. Here we go.
I think you guys have seen what's going on, right? You guys have seen what's been going on with the videos I've made. Thank you for buying badges. Everybody buy badges. Thank you very much. My controversial videos, the video about the interracial advertising, they still have been talking about it. They still talk about it. Past couple days, I guess, what's her name? Paris Milan and some girls, some black women with some platforms are dogging me on their platforms. Oh, well.
Uh-oh, here comes the victim approach. Oh, no. He does something he does not want to be responsible for or accountable for, and then turns around and blames the people who accuse him of said response. It's okay for him, right? Remember now, it's okay for him to disrespect others, but it's not okay for others to disrespect him or to even question him. That's
still, yeah, they're still talking about it. Yeah, they're still tripping, man. And even some women that with me, they turned on me too. Some of them turned on me. I'm glad I addressed it. It needed to be addressed. But some black women, some of them took it to heart and selectively listened to what they wanted to hear and decided to come at me. And some of them went into my DMs calling me names, like, yeah, some of them were calling.
What? See, he's let me keep it going.
Calling me names, like literally, like you loser, like they were literally like we were on a playground. You know what I mean?
Remember now, this is the same guy who had no problem calling Roe a B and a C. Okay. Now notice how he's playing the victim on, oh, wow, you guys are calling me. Yep. Now he wants to act like he's the victim.
Of course, I had to take some of them and smash on they dumb. You know, there were, and you know what I noticed? A lot of the girls that were talking to me were all
exactly, Femi. It's okay when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Exactly. That's basically what they're saying. That's evil. Exactly. He is. Bridget says, yes, now he's the victim. Yep.
Whack looking chicks. They were all whack. All of them. And I said, that's why half.
Yeah. Now he's calling women chicks and whack.
By your mother self.
Now he's cussing out women.
Because if you had a man and actually somebody liked you,
now he's dude shaming women.
In my DMs talking. That's why when I look at your account, you're by yourself. There was a few of them, not a lot, because most of the women supported me and supported what I said. A lot of you understood what I said, and another thing too is, I'm a comedian, and I'm joking too.
Exactly, Kimberly Moon. This was two years ago. This is a pattern for him. Exactly.
Remember, there's comedic energy when I'm doing these videos. There's comedic energy.
See, now they're trying to hide. They try to hide behind comedy and parody, but he is genuinely disrespecting and genuinely insulting women constantly.
Also, I was doing comedic energy. I was like, yo, is it better to get a white guy? Is he going to give you better insurance? There's comedy.
It wasn't comedy. It wasn't comedy at all.
In that too. See, and that's my style of comedy. And a lot of
No, it's not his style in comedy. I used to watch him before he bored the shit out of me back in the day.
some women that with me took it to heart because
See, now what he's saying is this. Hundreds, maybe thousands of women took it to heart and interpreted it him wrong. No, they're all wrong. And they happen to be women, right? Interpreting something he did.
He listened to what they wanted to hear and twisted the and took it personal and then started lashing out on me. And
I swear, I wish I should have had a sociopathic or a narcissist video to go along with this. This is that.
And you're talking to a comic. So then I started getting on.
See, he's trying now. Oh, it's comedy. Oh, it's parody. Sorry, fella. Real is real. I used to DJ for comedians. I can tell when a comedian is being real in a joke, or when a comedian is actually telling a joke. Welcome, Betterment. I can tell. See, that's the thing, is that a lot of the YouTubers don't know that when you DJ for comedians, it's more than just playing music for them. A lot of them want to use music in their skits. And when they use music in their skits, you literally have to go off of nuances, phrases, timbre. I mean, I'm telling you, it's very, very, to be a DJ for comedians is very, very, very specific. It's almost like you're almost a show producer in some ways, because you have to catch their cues. So I learned very early to catch people's cues. And it's helped me here on YouTube catch people's cues. I can tell you when somebody who said, "Oh, I was just joking," or "No, it was just a parody." I can tell you when it's for real.
Yeah, this dude, he went from pro-black to bashing black women.
He went from pro-black to no black.
This dude, I don't even trust this dude from afar. This dude is basically, he planned this all along. He knew that bashing black women, or how can I say it? Putting down black women is like it's a thing now. You can actually get more views. You can actually, make money off of bashing black women. It's a thing nowadays, and I wish more black women would start putting these guys in their place and stop allowing this. We need to put our foot on their necks and say, you're not gonna try to deformate our image like that. Like, these dudes they're making too much money off of us, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
Yeah, we all should have a civil lawsuit as black women and go against the passport bros and the manosphere or anyone else who tried to deformate our names and our public image.
Exactly. I agree. Welcome in the house, LW. Welcome to the house, Kim Lee Moon. Welcome in the house, Bridget Mouton. Welcome to the house, Soul Taker.
Because he wasn't saying this a decade ago.
No.
But all of a sudden, black women, we don't want to submit. We act manly. Whatever they are saying nowadays, This is defamation on Black women's character, saying that we're manly. Like, come on now.
Right. Exactly. Phoenix Rising breaks it down like this. I knew when he did his live about a year ago or so ago, when his snow well came in the room and he was looking all nervous, he was fake. Wow. Okay. That surprise breaks it down like this. It just revealed his true character. Exactly. He is an evil, woman-hating, mean person, another narcissistic, abusive dude. Exactly that. Exactly that.
Because the only way that they can control Black women and keep them in the community is to say that Black women are not submissive. We are, how that Black women are too independent, they make too much money, and that Black women are not deserving of love. And that's just crazy to me.
It is. It's really crazy. It's I mean, he needs to understand that he's coming off. I mean, whether he really genuinely believes he's two-faced or not, he needs to know that he's coming off very two-faced, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Let me play a little bit more of this.
On that Black woman bashing train.
Yep.
But a lot of them, after I even made a video apologizing for the name calling, they still decided to come at me. And that's when I said, all right, you better stay in your lane. All right.
See, the thing is this, if you do something wrong, you can't expect people to cool off. See, what he's mad about is not that they're calling him names. He's mad about because they didn't do what he did. He's not getting the result he wanted from these women, which was obedience. After he gave his fake apology, he expected the women to get back in line. That's what he means by staying in your lane.
It's abuse. They want to abuse Black women.
Right.
They want to abuse us mentally, physically, to keep us in the Black community. They don't want us to be treated with respect by other men. They want us to be attacked every time we speak up against them. Right. You see it happening now, and especially when you see it on social media, where Black women are getting attacked for no reason, just saying that they don't want their number, they don't want nothing to do with them, and these guys start attacking them. They hit us with skateboards, they throw us in trash cans, and these dudes. This is funny, and most recently, it's the brick lady. She get hit by a brick, like. And then people are coming out of the woodwork saying that she's a liar. This is a skit. She's trying to get clout. But where's your evidence?
Right.
Besides showing.
It's not only that, but they don't even wait for the evidence. I mean, this is what's so immature about social media. Mm-hmm. Usually when somebody claims something happened, and you would say, well, let's just wait. At least back in the day, we used to go, let's just wait for the second stream of information to come out. And believe it or not, the majority of the news, the new, what we call it, the new findings have been in her favor. They said she lied about a police report, right? Police report comes out. They said she lied about the medical report. And this is to collaborate the photo that we saw, the photos that we saw of her, the photos that we saw of her with her big swollen face. You would think, well, let's just wait and see if she's telling the truth. Now it's gotten to NBC News, a major news outlet, and these people are starting to look stupid. All the naysayers are starting to look really dumb right now. Let me welcome Majestic. Welcome LW Academy. Welcome Sazavraz. Welcome Bridget Mouton. Welcome Phoenix Rising. Welcome Kim Lee Moon. Your content is rocking the house. Let me play a little bit more, and then we'll comment some more.
Because you come in. One girl actually called me the donkey. Like she said, you know what? You're the donkey from Shrek. But then she looked like Shrek. That's what was funny. She left herself open. I said, but you look like Shrek. Your head is as big as Shrek because you can barely fit.
And mom is in the house. He doesn't realize what he's doing to himself. If you say something bad,
like this dude, like he's shooting himself in the foot every time. Black women are going to stop supporting him. We probably already have. I know I did. I never supported Godfrey. I don't know him like that. I only saw him in a movie called Fat Girls or something with Monique.
Mm-hmm.
That's like this dude doesn't have a good. He's a D-lister. He's not that famous or well known. But he's trying to get well known of a black woman's name, and we need to shut that down immediately.
Yeah, I don't. This is going to see. The thing is that Hollywood don't mess around. They don't like shit like this. You know, unless it's specifically for, let's say, something like for some. He might get some type of toxic reality show gig, but I think that's where he's heading. That's in my
Black women better not tune into that shit. I'll tell you that.
He is immature. So
this dude don't deserve nothing. That's why black women, we need to cancel him. We really do need to cancel Godfrey. Do not make him any money. Do not go to his comedy shows. Do not support him because he is showing that he don't give a damn about us.
Oh, it's clear. That's quite clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising says, as we should, stop supporting anybody dogging us out. This has to stop. I couldn't agree more, Phoenix Rising. Let's keep it rolling.
In your own account picture. She called me the donkey. I said, you look like Shrek talking about me. Man, that shit was crazy, yo. I was like, woo. And it was all the whack chicks. Because all the fly chicks.
Notice how he's calling women chicks.
They were complimenting me because they got men. Because they're fly.
Now he's shaming women.
Yeah, because he's
shaming women. He's shaming women, but he's trying to manipulate it in a way by saying that fly chicks, well, they got men. So that's supposed to make it okay.
Mm-mm.
And all the sawbuck women were talking at my thing, and I was tearing their up.
So that's not a good thing for him to say. So basically, you're berating women because they didn't like your response to something. This is top class. This is top shelf misogyny right here. Here we go.
You know what I mean? They're gonna come at me with that bullshit.
Because
you know, and then they want to say, "Hey, oh, you disrespected me. You came at me." And the thing is I screenshotted all of their talking to me first. And then another girl, I got another one.
Notice how he's talking about a lot of women who are mad at him. He's literally giving you a testimony. Like if he took this to a court of law, he would think it's working for him, but it's working against him because it's showing a pattern of disrespect, and that he's proving that there's it's more than just one woman who he insulted.
Yeah, he's assaulting black women that are checking him, and he don't like it.
Right. And see, a professional would do this. He's going, yeah, I understand your anger and everything. So, you know, blah, blah. You know, you would let it go because obviously he said something hella bad because there's a lot of women in his DMs checking him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these are supporters. These are supporters of his that are checking him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Most
yeah, that's
people would
true.
just say, my bad, and move on. No, he's not doing that.
No,
he's not doing that.
A girl came at me and said, you need to shut your uneducated up. And I went to her page. She graduated with a sociology degree. I said, your dumb has a sociology degree and you're talking.
Wait, does he know that a sociology degree is pretty damn good? See? Now he's disrespecting highly educated women. This guy, dang, this is Kimberly Moon. This is fire right here. This is fire.
He needs to sit his ugly ass down somewhere.
I thought he was gonna say something like, I went to her page and she didn't even graduate from high school. That would have been an okay comeback, even though it would have been an insult. This woman has a sociology degree. What you can't call her a dumbass. She's got a sociology degree and you don't. He sounds like he needs a sociology degree to fix himself. Let me keep going. So now he's going after educated women too.
Holy, you have a sociology degree talking to people.
I wish I had a sociology degree.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the chat, if you wouldn't mind having a sociology degree in addition to either the degrees that you probably already have, or period, put a 1 in the chat, please. What in the hell is this dude talking about? What is he talking about? He's trying to make, that's like saying
he's not making any sense in what he is saying.
Exactly.
Like he's just throwing insults instead of just explaining why he make these comments. Like he's just throwing insults. Like
right. He's basically saying something like this. Oh, look, this person said that my Ford Fusion is that broke down is a piece of junk. I went to their page and saw they had a BMW, 2019 BMW. They're broke ass, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he's trying to shame somebody who is more educated than him.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But that's how it is. He did a good job at hiding it, I guess.
Like this dude is irrelevant. We need to stop giving him views and just let him disappear from social media.
Basically.
I say, let me tell you, you junior college graduate mother, don't you ever talk to me like that.
He's talking to a woman like that.
Yeah.
Have a sociology degree trying to talk about somebody's
Wait. Hold on 1 second. Earn. I put in, how much does a sociology degree earn? The median annual wage for sociologists is, let's just round it off to 6 figures. $98,590. Okay. The highest 10% earned $166,000 annually.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you shouldn't shame, if you ask me. That's nothing to shame. that just shows you how, I guess, uneducated he is. Because
well, lots of dudes that think like him are very uneducated because they don't do the research, they don't do the work. They just pull things out their butthole and say this is facts.
Right.
They just shit it out.
Educated. Huh? I'd rather have a GED than a sociology degree. All right? She literally.
What? Number one, you can't get a sociology degree without a GED. This guy is stupid. He literally is stupid. He must be uneducated because if you're educated, you know that a GED is what you get when you leave high school. Then you go to college and you get a sociology degree. And then after you get the sociology degree, then you make 6 figures. Wow.
As a sociology degree, calling me uneducated. That's what was hilarious.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me look something up. You can go ahead and talk, Diamond Princess, while I look up Godfrey's education.
Oh gosh, I don't know if he graduated high school or what, but this dude makes no sense at all. It's like to get a higher education and to understand sociology or physiology or what psychology, you got to go to a higher base learning. You got to go to college to get a degree. You got to study for some time. This dude is not educated whatsoever. He's just going off his emotions and basing off his feelings because Black women had to correct him, and he does not like that. And he's just going off based off their looks and his assumptions and just insulting women because he doesn't like to be corrected. It just shows you the self-esteem that these men are. They know that they're low value. And Godfrey, I don't think his net worth is not much, to be honest.
Yes, 10 mil. I believe it's 10 mil. Let me double check. Wait, no, that's Jeezy. I'll look at this is it. Soon at Chicago. Godfrey grew up. He attended Lane Technical College Preparatory School, high school. Okay, let's see where.
Did he receive anything? Like,
I'm checking it out now.
it should be in his bio.
Okay, it looks like he went to the University of Illinois, was a football player.
Did he complete it?
And let's see, he said he majored in psychology. What did he get? He got an academic scholarship to University of Illinois where he majored in psychology. Doesn't say he got anything though. Nope.
But this dude cannot, oh my God, he cannot talk. If he did not complete or his courses at his university that he attended for a scholarship, how in the earth can he tell somebody anything else when they have theirs?
It says he's an American comedian, but why do I get an African vibe from him? I don't know why.
No, he is African.
Oh, yeah, his parents are from Nigeria. I knew it.
Yeah, he is African.
Okay.
So he needs to stay in his lane. In Africa.
Yeah.
He has no business being over here.
At least coming over here insulting Black women. Yeah. No. I mean, by all means, go after American dream or whatever you want to do. I have no problem with that. But when you start insulting women here, that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it going.
He goes, stick to telling jokes on your mic. I said, yeah, that's what I do, you numbskull. So she tried to come at me with that.
I'll bet you this. I will bet you $20 we cannot find a video of him insulting black men or other men like this.
Mm.
I guarantee you we can't find it. Where it's constant, like it's one man after another. Hug you, hug you, hug you. He's
And I
only
say,
going in
you
on
have a
women.
sociology degree. You shouldn't talk to anybody. You should keep
This is, I don't know. Why is he sitting on the sociology degree?
your mouth shut.
Oh, wow. Now he's telling black women to keep their mouth shut. Because he's, I mean, there is, I'm telling you.
To put down people who are in sociology, but you came at me calling me uneducated. That's what he came at me calling me uneducated with a sociology degree.
But dude, she has more than you do. Now you are blessed enough to have some football skill, it looks like, and at least you went to college. But for the most part, you're not shaming nobody with a sociology degree. That's like shaming somebody saying, wow, he's only driving a Ferrari with a piece of, he must be low.
Wow, I said Chick-fil-A is hiring. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I think that person is earning a little bit more than Chick. No, this is the real him. This is the real him. Let me look into it. Go ahead and chat for a minute. I want to look into see. See if this comes up with anything. No, this can't be the same Godfrey. No, it's not.
What?
I was looking to see if he has any. Let's see. History. Oh, let's see. Is this on something I can show? No, it's Vlad. Vlad TV should change his name to Flag.
I
Okay.
think I don't know much about Vlad TV much, but I know Godfrey went on his channel once, and he did an
Okay.
interview with him.
Interesting. He's never been married and he has no kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How can you give advice on women?
Right.
And you never been married, you never been in
has
a
no
relationship,
kids.
and you have no kids. Like, dude, sit all the way down. I hate when people want to talk on people's relationships and they're not married.
Right. Yeah, let me show you.
They don't like they never been in a relationship before.
So he's 54, Cancer, Nebraska, comedian, marital, single, 5'11", black, nationality American, sort of. He has no relationship history. That's not a big deal, but it's not exactly what you would call exemplary. Let me go Godfrey net worth. By viewing his background, it doesn't look like he has a whole lot because he doesn't have. It says $4 million. Well, he lives very modest for having $4 million. I'm not saying you have to have a super fancy house, but at least where he's shown back here. Let me go back to his. Damn it, brought that down. Let's see here. Okay. Those are pretty regular. The cabinets in the back, that's pretty regular.
That looks like my apartment. No offense, but
Yeah, it looks like an apartment.
You would think that he would own like a house or something, but this dude ain't making any money. Nobody's going to see his shows. Nobody's paying attention to him like that.
Right.
Like, dude, get out of here. Like, what are you trying to do? This dude needs to change his approach and how he treats women.
Yeah, he sure does.
Because black women, if he ever decides to make a movie or go on tour for a comedy show, black women are not going to support him.
I think that's toast. I think that's toast for him now. I mean,
yeah.
Chick-fil-A is hiring, which is
Yes,
sociology.
I mean, he's literally. See, the thing is this: is that he's a public figure. There's a certain level of. It's not really. These women are not really defaming him; they're just insulting him. You would think that he just would move on and do his life, but nope, he's not doing that.
Degree. And the thing is I didn't call anybody on a thing. I said, let me not call anybody. Nope.
Well, he did now. This is 2 years ago. This is before he called Roe a B and a C.
I think I used animals. I said, you mongoose. I was calling them mongooses, and
that's not really a good thing.
He doesn't have any other combat
right
than insulting people.
You would think a comedian would have something more articulate, don't you think?
I don't think he is a comedian, to be honest with you.
I
think somebody writes his comedies.
That could be true.
I really do think so, because he has no sense of humor whatsoever.
Because they were talking so. Yo, you guys don't understand. They were coming at me so crazy. Keep buying badges, everyone. Thank you. They were coming at me so crazy. And the thing is, you're talking to.
Poor comedian insults people and then gets mad when they reply. Poor boy. I know.
Comedians, man.
Yeah, Kimberly Moon, exactly. He's bragging about insulting women.
And that's not funny. Like, how can you I don't know. This dude is not funny. Calling people Shrek. Everybody has been calling people that. It's like, dude, find other ways to be funny. Find other ways to clout.
Right. Let me go forward a little bit in this video, because he basically goes on for 15 minutes insulting women. So let me get just take it from me. He insulted women from 00 to 1312.
Get the you block. Get the out of here, stupid.
Anyways, I wanted to make this video in response to trigger Tavius, who is visibly enraged with Black women, and more in particular with me, because of the last video that I made about him exposing him. But in this video, we will be addressing the real reason why he is upset with Black women who date or marry interracially, but also how we can take action against people like this in the future, and how to move with our dollars instead of our emotions. Before I get into my commentary, please ensure that you thumbs up the video. Let's get the video over 5K likes, and also ensure that you subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Recently, an escapee from the DJ Vlad Manor literally screamed on the sidewalk and displayed his contempt for Black women who are in advertisements with white men in particular. And he thought that he was saying some woke deep-ish. One, this is just an advertisement. Two, Black men do this more than anybody. You guys are constantly promoting yourselves with non-Black women. It's not a problem until we do it that, oh my God, your ancestors.
Yeah, historically, we flexed all the way back to O.J. Simpson to today.
Read up on your history. And a lot of that has to do with how the community shoulders the burden of responsibility to keep the Black race going onto Black women. But a lot of Black women have, again, broken away from those shackles to where we don't feel this racial obligation to carry the communities on our backs anymore. Well, because of that, he received a lot of backlash from Black women. He admitted that he was only mad because the advertisement did not show a Black man with a white woman. He claims, oh, you guys misinterpreted. No, you're just stupid and don't realize how dumb you sounded, complaining about about something that you're advocating for. So you had a lot of Black women that were in his comment section telling him that he wasn't qualified to express his anger with the imagery. And I saw some of the comments from these Black women. And from the comments that I saw, a lot of the Black women weren't even calling him names, but he was throwing like all these ad hominems, all these insults, talking about they have a mentality. I mean, just really going below the belt. And the most triggering thing for him was when these women were like, well, I'm not leaving my white man. Then he wanted to break out with a winch name calling. So he needed a co-sign.
I mean, wow. I'm gonna just let it sit there so you can look at what he did, what he said. Man, let's go forward a little bit more.
And I'll let you guys see that interaction.
Oh, Moni Flo said light skin all the time. Oh, is that another angry? Because black women, you can't be light skinned. You know, it's amazing how these black women get mad at light skinned black women because y'all can't be light skinned and black. Moni Flo, hey Moni Flo, do me this favor. We see you trying to sneak in your little comments.
Oh,
Moni
it's
Flo,
okay.
950 story. They're light skinned. They're black women. What you mad about?
I just happen to be a light skinned black woman, and I'm black.
Yeah, and she's like, they're always light skinned. I say, keep being passive aggressive. Miss Astute. She's gonna say some dub too. Always light.
Okay, let me pause right there. Great, thank you, Phoenix, for the advice. Thank you. I am going to heed that for sure. I think we've seen enough of Godfrey to come to the conclusion that he's a misogynist. But I'm going to allow a vote. If you think Godfrey is a misogynist, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think he's a misogynist, put a 2 in the chat. 1 for misogynist, 2 for not. All right, Betterment. You have any, I gotta close this out. Well, you got any last words?
It's confirmed that this dude is a misogynist because look how he's talking to these women. He's not talking to them like a gentleman. He's not addressing why he had to. He felt that black women and black men are being promoted. He's an African. Why don't you just get African women from Africa? Why are you worrying about black American women here? We're not your people. Please go where your people is. Go give you an African woman if you're so concerned. This dude doesn't want to get married.
No, it's clear. It's clear.
He don't want to get married. Like he has no interest. Sometimes I think, and I'm gonna say allegedly, that this dude is gay.
Well, it's like this. If somebody looked at it's funny that he has being a much more famous person than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that he's been an actor and in the movies. You would think that at least he'd have some type of history of relationships. So it's eerily weird that he doesn't. It's not like it was, somebody posting his relationships would be detrimental to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's, and I'm not going to say, oh yeah, everybody should get married, but there should be some history, as famous as he technically is, that he's been with somebody, but it's weird that he has nothing in there. Femi says, I did a video on him being gay. I got it deleted though. Wow, it got deleted. Wow.
That's crazy. Like that, somebody probably reported it.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Oh yeah, clearly they did. It was probably Godfrey.
Probably was him. But you know, these dudes they're not going to admit it that they're a G-A-Y.
No.
You're a G-A-Y. You a G-A-Y. They're not going to admit it. They're not going to admit that they are G-A-Y because because it goes against the stand for being masculine.
True.
It goes against their narrative of being pretending to be a straight man. They just need to come out.
Yeah.
And don't be embarrassed. Tom Brady came out. Not Tom Brady, but what's his name? The other comedian, but whatever. He came out as pansexual.
Mm-hmm.
He came out as a G. Well, I don't know if it's the same thing, but you know, he came out as pan.
Good comment, Femi, from the chat. That's where a lot of their hate comes from because they are not living their truth. That is true. Oh, Wayne Brady. Brady. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna see you later today. Got another live later tonight. I want you all to check it out. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, sometimes from a chat, I get them confused for some reason. Like, dang, getting confused between the comedian and the football player. No, not the football player.
Big difference. Okay? Big difference. Yeah.
It's a big difference. Yeah, but DJ, I'm having a live on Sunday with Roadrunner. If you want to join, it's an open mic.
Oh, fantastic! What time is it going to be around?
It's gonna be around 4 p.m. my time.
Okay. So yeah, shoot me the link.
I'll shoot you the link. Is it okay if I share the link to your followers as well?
Yes.
Okay, I want to shoot it. Give me 1 second.
Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna get the jam going. Here we go, y'all.
Money work
in the house. Phoenix Rising.
El mundo quiere dinero.
Jimmy from the chat. Is it Mouton? Indiana Mom.
Money work.
Emily Moon. Our Dreams. Black women.
Money work. Si me quiero educar. Dormir en algún lugar. Un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay para emigrar, todo money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, pasa verdadero. Si quieren lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos a que después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer.
Creative Solutions. Aquaman Creative Solutions has a show tomorrow. Check it out. I believe it is at noon, but check your time in your time zone.
Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande. Olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work.
Columbus Hill.
El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré.